Aluminum is the most abundant metal in the Earth crust, representing approximately the 8% by mass of crustal rocks. Aluminum occurs in numerous clays and aluminosilicate minerals, but is bauxite, a complex mixture of hydrated aluminum hydroxide and aluminum oxide, the commercially most important mineral from which is extracted on an enormous scale. It was obtained by H.C. Ørsted in Copenhagen for the first time by the reaction of potassium amalgam with aluminium trichloride. 2 years later, the method was improved by H. Bulla, who employed metallic potassium as reductant. Although it wasn't until 1854 when aluminum was successfully commercialized by a process designed by the French chemist Henri Saint-Clair Deville in the late 19th century, who employed for the first time an electrolytic reduction method for the obtaining of aluminum, although this method was limited to a very low production. It was in 1886 when two young chemists, the French Paul Héroult and the North American Charles Hall, who independently designed a method for the production of the metal on a large scale, employing the inexpensive ore bauxite, the impure hydrated aluminum oxide. This method is known as the Hall-Héroult process. They both work in the study of the process of electrolysis of aluminum oxide, which resulted difficult considering that this compound presents a very large latent energy and therefore a very high melting point, more than 2000 Celsius. The greatest step forward in this process came from Hall and Héroult, who simultaneously announced the discovery of a lower melting point aluminum compound, the mineral chrylite, which is the sodium hexafluoroaluminate, which presents a much lower melting point and acts as the electrolyte, dissolving the aluminum oxide. The discovery led to increase the world production of aluminum, which in 1893 exceeded 1,000 tons per annum. For the process of electrolysis is not used bauxite as such, but pure aluminum oxide extracted from bauxite by the Bayer process. The process designed by Karl Bayer in Austria in 1888 consists of 4 stages, namely digestion, clarification, precipitation, and calcination. The initial step in the purification of bauxite, the digestion of the crushed ore, is achieved by using a hot sodium hydroxide solution to give a saturated solution containing the aluminate ion. During the clarification phase, the insoluble substances, particularly iron 3 oxide, known as red mud, is separated from the solution by filtration. The clear solution is passed into a large silo-like precipitation where the equilibrium in the solution is shifted to the left. This can be done by cooling or by adding some seed crystal of the aluminum trioxide. The phase of precipitation is finished by filtering off the white aluminum oxide trihydride and leaving the soluble impurities in solution. After that, during the calcination phase, the obtained hydrate is heated strongly in a rotatory kiln, similar to that used in cement production, to give anhydrous aluminum oxide. Purified aluminum oxide from bauxite is then dissolved in chrylate and electrolyzed in a cell with carbon anodes and a carbon cell lining that serve as cathode. A high electric current is applied, and while oxygen is formed in the anode, aluminum is reduced as a melt below the chrylite in the cathode. Finally, the aluminum metal is recovered at regular intervals by employing a vacuum siphons into crucibles. During the process, the carbon anodes are attacked and oxidized to carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide and need to be replaced periodically. Similarly, aluminum oxide is added to the melt regularly. Nonetheless, the detailed reaction that occurs in the electrolytic cells needs further investigations. It is important to note that cryolite is a rare mineral since only few naturally deposits occurs in Greenland. Therefore, the most of this compound is manufactured employing as a starting point a waste material such as silicon tetrafluoride, which is produced in the synthesis of hydrogen fluoride. The production of aluminum needs a high amount of energy to maintain molten the cryolite, so the production of the metal is high energy intensive. About 25% of the price on the cost of aluminum is derived from its energy consumption. Additionally, there is some other environmental issues derived from the production of aluminum. There are 4 byproducts that create major pollution problems and are an important environmental liability. The first one are the huge quantities of red mud that are produced from the bauxite purification. This is by far the most serious environmental problem in the production of aluminum. Red mud contains different metal oxide and it is highly alkaline. It cannot be processed or recycled in an economic and efficient way. The red muds are dumped on ponds or dams, and a small fraction is disposed of in the sea. The second one is related to the hydrogen fluoride gas, which is the other important environmental problem associated with the production of aluminum. This compound is produced when cryolite reacts with traces of moisture of the aluminum oxide. This problem has been solved by absorbing the hydrogen fluoride in a filter bed of aluminum oxide to form aluminum fluoride, which can be added periodically to the melt. The third one is the poisonous carbon monoxide, which is produced in the anode, which is another important environmental issue. This is particularly solved by burning the gas to give carbon dioxide and exploiting the heat of this reaction to provide some energy to the plant. However, the alumina refineries produce about 250,000 tons of carbon dioxide annually, which have important consequences for the greenhouse effect. In the last one, we have the fluorocarbons, which are produced by reaction of fluorine with the carbon anode, and also represent an important contribution to the environmental pollution. For all this reason, aluminum recycling is crucial because the process of recycling uses less amount of energy than the production of aluminum from bauxite and avoids the important environmental problems described.